Somewhere at the foothills of the Adirondacks sits a quiet, lush green valley with a small river that bends and meanders along. There is a forest tunnel that leads to a special place. Welcome to the River Grove. This is a place that I've been working on for several months now, and as winter has become spring, has now finally become summer, it is the perfect place for tranquility, relaxation, and peace. Unlike so many other places I go to and things that I do, this place is not meant for adventure, just relaxation. The water nearby is undisturbed by anyone or anything else. I love to come down here, listen to it, and just lose myself in thought. So welcome to the tour of the River Grove. I'm going to show you how this all started, why I built it, and what features I have here. Let's dive on in. I like to start the tour here at the forest tunnel. You can see the difference of how hot and bright it is right here, but then as we go to step inside, instantly under a lot of tree canopy. This is really nice because it can be the hottest, sunniest day out, and you're already cooler just by being under here. As we walk along, you might notice the tire tracks. I actually drive my Jeep into here pretty easily, although we've got a few rocks and other things that are still left in the ground. Some of these rocks have gone on to make the dam or some of the other stuff that you'll see in a moment. Unfortunately, we're about a week late from when the main wildflower bloom just happened. There was all these purple flowers bloomed everywhere as far as you could see, but it's still really nice just how green and lush this is. There's no filters on this lens, nothing like that. This is just how it is. But I built this place so when you walked up from this angle, this was the first thing that you would see. The 4 Adirondack-style chairs here situated around the campfire. This was the easiest thing to build, and honestly, I've gotten some of the most fun out of it. I've also got some of these purple flowers, only 3 of 5 things that I actually planted here. Everything else is completely natural. So first, taking a look at the little campsite here, 4 chairs, small campfire. And it's hard to tell, but there's actually a lot of work that I've done to the river itself. A lot of trees and little swampy areas that I've been able to clear out and keep a little bit fresher. This both looks nicer and reduces things like mosquitoes, which thankfully this place gets hardly any bugs. As well, I think there's some beavers downstream because every now and then the water level here rises pretty much to where my feet are right now. And you can imagine that makes this into a pretty nice swimming pool the whole way up. I wish I could show you guys that, but just imagine this little river here about 2 feet deeper. It's pretty cool. I can also put my paddleboard on it then. Moving on over here to the rest. Like I said, I could bring my whole Jeep all the way through here. It's nice if I need to unload supplies for a little party or something. Park it right here, offload. The next thing you're gonna notice is the hammock and the lower tree net. This is made using only rope and paracord. The rope goes around the trees and is your main structure. This doesn't actually hurt the trees in any way. If anything, it supports them. Because I don't form a full loop around the tree, it doesn't cut off the circulation. So the tree is gonna be able to keep growing just fine. And up here, you can see the beginning of the secondary tree nest. These things are pretty invisible unless you know where you're looking. And here are the paracord steps, as well as about 1,000 feet of paracord that I keep right here ready to go. Now with this lower tree net, I could do a little more weaving just to fill in some of these holes, and that makes it a little easier to lay on it. But I also like to just put a blanket down, and how it's super comfortable, kind of like a cot or like a trampoline. And you can see that this has a pretty unique shape to it. It's not a square, it's not a triangle, I don't really know what it is, but it contours to the trees, which I really like about it, so it has a very natural feel to it. As well, a lot of the foliage has grown back up from underneath, and these are actually shoots from this willow tree, which I think me clearing away the dirt from this allowed this to come up and grow. So it's really cool that you're surrounded underneath by nature, above by nature, all around you to the sides and everywhere. Oh. So it's a lot like a hammock or a trampoline like I was saying. Ooh, can you see the hummingbird? I've got these hummingbird feeders here. Oh, there he goes. I love that. I put the hummingbird feeders in probably when it was still winter, long before they were ever awake. And with both of them here, it's pretty regular you get activity from the hummingbirds. And it's nice because you just hear that little hum come by and then you know one's near. Next up is the hammock right here. Now, I could probably hang another 20 hammocks around here, but I like this one just as it is. It's pretty simple, very comfortable. It just gives you a good place to sit, relax. You can probably hear some of the birds chirping in the distance. Like I said, this place is meant just for relaxation. Moving on, and we've got these little tiki torches. Just 4 of these around, and they're incredibly bright, and they also help keep the mosquitoes away if it is a buggy night. So they're good to have. If you want to climb up the tree nest, right here is where you would do it. Like I said, I still got a little bit more work to do, but the main support ropes are in place, so just time to weave it is all is needed. But now we come to the main attraction. The reason why this is all built over here is this, the outdoor hot tub. Pretty simple, it's just a concrete base and then epoxy stained wood with a little bit of sealant here or there. This thing's pretty big. It's about 5.5 feet by 6 feet. It's a little bit uneven because I wanted it to match the root system of the willow tree here. And that's what's really cool, is this is all built into nature. There's really nothing that's a straight line, particularly plumb or level here. I've got a little PVC pipe that's about 2 inches in diameter, and that's what drains it. So while we can come over here, when you want to fill it, you just turn that, and that seals off the pipe, so now you'll be able to fill this full of water. And I can't talk about the hot tub without talking about the hot water heater. This thing is really simple. It's just this copper pipe that I've bent around and around and around, sort of like a spring, but water flows through it while the fire comes up. As I'm pumping water either directly from the river into the hot tub or from the hot tub circulating through and back in, it's heating it up. Now obviously it heats up the water a whole lot faster when you recirculate hot water from the hot tub, but it's a cool way to be able to fill it by just drawing straight out of the water here. Any kind of large power bank works pretty easily. I then put a bilge pump or a sump pump onto that, drawing water straight out through the hot water heater while the fire's going inside. And the fire has 2 options. Either a propane tank that I added recently because I got a little lazy, and that's just connected down underneath through a simple pipe with holes in it that puts flames out. Now what's really nice about that is all I have to do is just light a piece of cardboard, drop it in, go over, turn a valve, poof, instant flames. But if I want to do it the natural way, I keep a whole bunch of wood in there. I can use sticks from around here while I'm cleaning things, or I can use large logs in case I want to stay in here for several hours on end without having to tend to it. Either way, it gets the water scorching hot when you really want it. And then as one more benefit, it can also be a grill. So I built this concrete structure around it, both to hold in the heat so that way it's more efficient, and also to hold this up. And just like that, you've got yourself a grill. Perfect level to work on. The one thing I will say is be very careful, especially if you're using wood. It's easy to make this thing so hot, this thing goes red hot, and you can tell that I've warped it, and it's not quite the same shape that it should be. It usually returns to the shape after a little bit, but generally if I'm going to be grilling on it, I prefer to use a propane where I can control the heat a little bit easier. Either way, it works really good, just sometimes too well. So I'm not going to fill it up right now, but just imagine this thing pretty much full, you and all your friends in here, or sometimes I'll have my friends here hanging out. And it's nice that if you don't want to be in the hot tub, you can relax on this, or in the hammock, or pull up a chair up and over here. We'll be grilling food, have a place to put all of our stuff, have plenty of extra water and things like that. But then say you want to go for a dip. Well, you don't need to get muddy. You can go straight from here, step out, and walk right down to the water. I cannot tell you how many mornings I've spent down here just sitting by the running water, losing myself in thought. It's so peaceful, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to build a little place like this. And I know it might sound strange that I keep saying build because a lot of this just seems natural, but you cannot imagine how many logs and sticks and little things were clogging up the river through here. But now that it is all clear, let me show you the other feature this particular step has. I made this last step pretty big for a couple reasons. One, I wanted to be able to withstand when the floodwaters do come by, which they just did recently, and I'm happy everything's still here. But two, the reason why this step is so big is for this. It's actually another chair. It's pretty hard to be hot and miserable on any day. I don't care the temperature. When you're under the full foliage shade of all the trees here, and then your feet just sitting in running water, playing in the bubbles, it just feels so good. I love this place. Now, believe it or not, this place does take a little bit of maintenance, both weed whacking around so that way things don't get too overgrown on the path, but also some of the things like this right here, one of the rocks from the dam that got swept down. I'm still working on building this dam exactly the way I want. It's pretty cool that you can change the rock formation and get more noise, less noise, more flow or slower flow. What I actually want here is not a taller dam, but a dam that goes further back so we get more of this oxidation into the water. This is really good because it helps keep the oxygen content high in here. The higher the oxygen content, the less algae, which means clear, cleaner water. So it's pretty cool that I can actually engineer some of this place. This water is the perfect temperature. Definitely refreshing, but not freezing cold. It's really, really nice. So you may notice how I have slate that I banged into it's actually a clay bottom all throughout here. So once you strip away the little rocks and pebbles, it's just clay, which is good and bad. The good side of clay is that I can hammer these slate pieces into the ground, and now this will protect the rock that's there and whatever's supporting it. So now I don't have to worry about the river just washing away this whole side. But I think it's pretty cool to be able to walk straight through from one side to the other here, to your accommodations, you know, your little tent that you might stay in for the night, and then walk back over and around to the main site, especially to go in and out of the hot tub. There's something about moving water that I just love. And then on top of that, when you look up, green. Everything's so green. All right, for real though, now that I'm in the water, I really don't want to leave the water. I'm like, what else can I film that's in here? Because I love this spot. So it is really tempting to get in the water right now, but I've got one too many other things I have to do today. All right, the last thing I'll say that I love about this pool is you can never get sunburned. You can spend as much time as you want to in here because you have so much tree coverage. All right, let's take a walk away from this to show you some of the trails. Going past the chairs, you can see how I've been able to burrow a trail right through the woods. You can just barely over there see where the hammock is. And then walking along all this, we get to a little beach. This is a large boulder that I was able to clear off and a spot I like to sit on often to meditate. It's pretty cool too if you want. You've actually got a backing of another big boulder right here. And check out the view. Most of the stones for the dam that I have up there came from right in here. I took my paddleboard, put a piece of plywood on it, and then could throw all these rocks up to probably 500 pounds total that I'd be putting onto the raft before I would block it all the way up like some sort of a crazy barge. I built it just barely above the flood line. Took me a couple trees here to do it. And you'll never guess what I built the actual top part out of. This is an old pew from a church I used to attend when I was a kid. This is the back of it, and this is the seat, and then the rest of the seat right here. Can definitely hold plenty of weight. Now, there's one of two ways to get here. You can take the bridge like we just did, or you could take the waterway. Which you can see this little footpath here, which goes right up to the Kelty tent. And then this trail goes all the way out to the side hill and the further properties that way. It's a ton of space. It's really nice to go ride the bike, do some archery, whatever I feel like doing, or just go for a run through the woods. No people. No one is allowed to be on this property. It's so nice. Let's take a quick look inside the tent. Stayed out here a couple nights, both when it was a little too cold and now when it's been a little too hot. So still looking to get that perfect night here. It's actually pretty tempting to build a little cabin down here or something. But again, remember, it floods every year. And even where I am right now will actually be underwater eventually. Thanks for joining me for this full tour of the River Grove. Hope you guys liked it. Not my normal content, but I will be getting back to that next week. Got a big reveal. I may have bought a boat. Gonna show you guys that next. But until then, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about the River Grove and who you'd invite for a chill, relaxing party. I'll see you guys next week. But also things like this right here, where some of the rocks have got. That's a blooper. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. I hope you feel inspired to begin adventures of your own. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. For an exclusive, in-depth look at this adventure lifestyle and to further support my channel, become a member of my Patreon crew. Link in the description. I'll see you on the next adventure.